Okay, cut into that video at this point. We're up to our usual monthly update. We have to update this about once a month on the back end where the puppies expected and puppies for sale are, and get rid of the ones that have been sold. It is September the 20th. Dinky's not showing. This is Dinky, of course, and she's due to whelp in another month. She's not bellying up yet, but she soon will be. We've got another bitch or so bred. I'm going to show you about that. Snowbird had her puppies on the 10th. Well, so I can't show them yet. They're nothing but white rats at this age. I try to make a practice of not attempting to show puppies till they're at least a month older, a little better, so you can tell a little something about them. That Dinky here, as you know, will be whelping in about 3 weeks to Country Boy, or 4 weeks, pardon me. She'll whelp about the 16th of next month. All right, as you can see, this is Crazy Critter. This dog has presented a terrible problem to us trying to get her bred. She was into her 3rd heat, and we still hadn't got her bred. She tries to tear Country Boy's head off every time you put her with him or any other male for that matter. This dog will bite anything that wears hair except me and Norma. And she considers people prey, like a wolf does a rabbit. It's a difficult dog to deal with, really. But I'm happy to say, have finally got Crazy Critter bred. We bred her on the 10th, the same day that Snowbird had her puppies. We bred her to Country Boy. We had to do it artificially, but we did a progesterone test and got it just at the right time, and it was quite a rodeo getting the semen, and we operated on her and put it straight into her uterus, and I don't think there's any chance at all that she isn't caught. We got the timing just right and put it exactly where it was supposed to go. So she was bred the 10th. I have only let a few people know this so far, just people I've been talking to on the phone. And I've already had one man who wanted the hardest possible dog that I could produce from him. Changed his reservation from a Snowbird puppy to this bitch, you know, and if this bitch and the Country Boy probably have as hard a thing as I'm capable of producing. He wanted a very, very tough ring sport dog, and figured he would get it here. Had 2 or 3 other people say that they're sending reservations in. All these guys that have always said, well, I want the toughest dog on the block, well, have at it. Here it is. I don't think that they're going to hurt you or your family, but I think it's going to be awful hard on everybody else in the world. So, for what it's worth, she's bred, and reservations are already starting to come in on her puppies. As you know, this is Snowbird's daughter, Sassy. This is another breeding which is ongoing now. I bred her to Country Boy last night, September the 19th she was bred, which means about November the 19th or 20th we'll have puppies from her. I wouldn't have liked to breed 2 bitches at the same time, only 10 days apart like her and Critter, but I've already got a reservation or 2 on this bitch's puppy. She had such great puppies. Hell, her puppies was good last time as Snowbird's were. They had extremely classic heads. She's a heavy-chested bitch, and she did have real, real good pups. And everybody's real happy with her, so... Also, it isn't everybody that I want to sell one of Critter's puppies to. Isn't every situation that somebody will be able to handle a dog like that, and so I thought possibly we needed a few little calmer dogs for home guards that wouldn't back up but wouldn't eat the neighbor's girlfriend either. At any rate, we'll have puppies around the 20th of November from her and Country Boy. They should be very fine puppies, and they shouldn't be. Okay, I've cut into this video. It's now November the 6th, 1992, and I'm doing my usual monthly update on puppies. I thought before I got into the puppies I'd show you a couple of more examples of what Country Boy's been producing. This bitch is from the last litter of Snowbird and Country Boy. She's 7 months old. And down there to see old Brutus the leopard dog. As you can see, she's got quite a lot of substance to her. Another example of what the old man's been throwing. We've never done anything. We don't know about her aggression. We've never done one thing to test aggression on her at this age. We just haven't done it. But that's Snowbird and Country Boy from the last litter. Mr. Lucifer, how are you this evening? Lucifer? Yeah, good boy. You're my good boy, Lucifer. Miss Django, you my good boy. Okay, this is a brother to the bitch Ladybird I just showed you. This is also Snowbird and Country Boy from the last litter, 7 months old. This puppy's still here because he didn't have fancy markings. Those were marked nicer and people grabbed them because they liked this pretty red spot, which to my way of thinking is the last reason I'll pick to take a puppy. I just want you to see the muscle, the quarters that you just saw, the athletic ability this puppy's got. He was not the best pup in the litter. He was not the worst. He's got a working dog head, a great deal like his mother's. You people that want a real short nose braided back between the eyebrows are at the wrong place here. That if you want one that's so big you can't jump in the back of a pickup good, you need to go down to Georgia. They got them down there. I happen to like this type here. This, to my way of thinking, is making a very nice puppy. I'm going to keep him around now and see how he develops. This bitch puppy, 6 months old. She is one of 3 daughters of Dinky Do's and Country Boy from their last litter. I let the 3 of them stick around. I was going to pick out one and didn't know just which one I wanted, so I hung on to all 3 of them for the time being, and I'm now going to sell a couple. I'll show them all 3 to you. This one's an extremely intelligent pup here. She had her way, she'd be 2 feet behind me everywhere I go in this place. She's one of the smartest dogs I've raised in a long time. Get me down. I see you. Come on. Get up. Glad I see you. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. You're a pretty girl. Growing out nicely. 6 months old. She's got a lot of spreading and a lot of growing to do, but she's making a nice pup. Hey, sweetheart. This is the other 2 sisters from Dinky Do and Country Boy. I was just mentioning. Little broader nosed, well built, decent put up bitches. Now get down, let us see the rest of you. They got good hands, good bodies on them. One of them's got a little brown on her here, this one on the left. The other one's pure white. Some nice 6 months old bitches. We'll be selling at least a couple of these. You're in the market for a bit older bitch. Okay, Dinky Do and Country Boy. This is the last one of that litter. This is the male. The other males have all been sold off and they've been very well received where they are. This puppy had a skin problem I had to clear up and he'd been gone himself. But I've got him all cleared up now and he's in nice shape and he's ready to go. Dinky Do and Country Boy, 6 months old. Making a decent sort of a dog. They're not the only markings he's got is some little brown spots on his ears, about 1/2 inch in diameter. This video camera, when I get too close, tends to go out of focus on me today for some reason. Now you can see the brown freckles on his ear. He's a decent sort. Are you a good boy? Huh? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're a good boy. Yeah. Last of Janie Reb's pups, and he's not available. He was sold the other day. Won't get shipped till next week. But he's been sold. He's turned out pretty decent too. I almost forgot to mention, while I'm showing you larger puppies, when I got Country Boy, I got a bitch called Ginger along with him. They were in a package deal. I didn't need her. I traded her to a man named Richard Mullins in Chaparral, New Mexico. And part of the deal was that I got back half of each of the first 2 litters. He bred her to his stud dog called Mullins' Bubba, who is a Blackwell bred dog, weighs 125 pounds. Some of you will know of him. He is, for a dog his size, gets around real good. No big dog can get around like a smaller dog, but he does quite good for a big dog. And what I got was 3 female puppies from my half of this first litter. This is one of them. He's 5 months old. I have 2 of them left. I sold a brindle bitch to the superintendent of police in Chicago, and out at the university, Rudy Nemox. And I have the 2 white females left. This is one of them. She's 5 months old. Her mother is a decent Scott breeding out of Tate's Mr. Bud and Minnie Pearl line, and a number of you will know what that runs back into. They're decent dogs. And Mullins' Bubba. So I have these 2 5-month-old bitches for sale. For those of you who want a large dog, as you can see, she's legging up. She's all legs, knobs, and angles. She's going to make a big dog. With a 125-pound father, she should. So I have these two bitches for sale, quite reasonable also. This is the other bitch out of that pair. Rubbed her neck up with a coarse cloth collar, nylon collar, and I had to put her in here for a little bit. If anything, she's a little tighter built than the other one. They're both going to be nice large bitches. This bitch shows a pronounced drive. Quite a nice pup. Both for sale. Norma's project raises rat terriers. Those of you who need a real big bad dog need to talk to Norma. Their daddy weighed 8 pounds. They will kill a very big rat fast as you could believe. Okay, now we'll get into smaller puppies. These puppies are coming towards 7 weeks old. They are Snowbird and Country Boys last litter. These are 3 girls here. This girl in the middle, biggest one is rearing up and fooling with the drinker, has got a tremendous drive on her. She will not let me lean over that pen without getting a hold of something going and pulling and chewing. She's bad as I ever had about that. The white bitch is also quite a chewer. Not that the brindle and white one isn't, but the bigger brown and white bitch here in the center is probably the highest drive, and white one next. Brindle and white bitch is handsome. Here looking at the leopard dogs up on the ground and all willing to Snowbird and Country Boys girls. Here's this boy with the small dark spots on his eye. Snowbird and Country Boy boy. Another little white girl there. The puppy with the red saddle's not available at this time. I'm holding on to him. But the second puppy there, the one that's just coming to the front, that's Snowbird and Country Boy's boy. That's the last of the girls in here. They're all very outgoing, very driven puppies. Here's 4 male puppies, which I got out of the woods. These are woods dogs, these are hog dogs. They're well-bred Scott dogs. They're sons of old Hines Warrior, who's a renowned hog dog in his end of the country. Good Scott-bred dogs on the male and the bitch's side, both. The bitch is very close to the good old blood of Granddaddy's Bobo Roger. Got this brown puppy, thick, chunky. This red puppy's got one blue eye. He is the alpha dog of the bunch. He won't whip everybody, as you notice. He's given to doing that. Probably second roughest dog in the litter is this big white one. It's looking this way now. Got one spots on his ears there. Brown puppy, he is thick, stocky in proportion, and none of them are backwards to the others. All seem to be pretty nice. They'll sell for a little less than my dogs because they're not country boy children, but old Hines Warrior is quite a good dog. As you can see, they got working dog heads, and these did come out of a strain of working hog dogs. I mean, dogs that work and got the cut scars on to prove it, too. Hines Warrior's a brown dog. Here's where you get this color from. Brown dog and this red dog. Hines Warrior, Tennessee. These is Norma's Tommy and Freebie, who were in here to be bred. There's some more rat terriers. Hello, Tommy. Hello, Freebie. Do something now that I hardly ever do. I don't video puppies until they're better than a month old because you just can't tell that much about them. But these 6 puppies of Dinky Do's have got such heads and shoulders, I thought I'd show them to you. They far outstripped the first litter she had. I don't know why there should be this difference, but there's some 3 males and 3 females here, and they really do have some square heads on them. Hope you can get a good look at it. Don't have the best of light, and they're asleep and huddled up because it's cool for them. But I thought I'd give you an idea of what kind of pups Dinky's having. They're children are nice, Dinky. Yes, they are.